right now on this couch, we are going to talk to Associated Ministries and the individuals also from the Point in Time Count. Please join me in welcoming Michelle Cotton. You are the development coordinator for Associated Ministries and a part of the how the community can show up for our unhoused neighbors constantly. I'm not going to say for one night. Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And this lovely woman, Miss Valerie Almany, you are the Social Service Program Specialist 3, my favorite number, for the Pierce County Human Services. You're also getting into good trouble with this program as well, aren't you?
Every year.
Every year. So first off, let's talk about, Michelle, what is one way for us to show up for our unhoused community if we are wanting it to be Project Homeless Connect? How do we get involved?
Right. Well, Project Homeless Connect, our next event is on January 30th, which is next Thursday.
Yes.
We're going to be down at St. Leo's from 11 to 3 for services. It's a one-day resource fair where we're bringing essential service folks together. So our unhoused folks can come to one location and just have everything right there and be able to access the important essential things that they need to.
So let's talk about, Valerie, are there people, as I'm trying to get my shirt down, excuse me, are there corporations or partnerships like the United Way? Do they help you with this?
They do, yeah. So Point in Time Count is that annual count every year, and the United Way has a big event called the Martin Luther King Jr. Day event.
Which we just had.
Just had.
Yes.
And so on Tuesday from 9 to 12 at the Tacoma Convention Center, thank you City of Tacoma for donating the spot, they host a big event where hundreds of volunteers come together and create 3,500 hygiene kits. Wow. That we're going to give out on the night of the Point in Time Count. And they include anything from shampoos to razors to soaps to really motivational cards, resources, everything in between. So it's a really great event.
I love that. We want to give a shout out to Sharon Chambers Gordon and Raising Girls for all the many hands make for light work, and they do it so well. So Valerie, if somebody has not heard of that phrase, Point in Time, what is it all about and why is it so important for our city?
Yeah, so Point in Time Count's been going on for over 20 years. It is a snapshot of everyone experiencing homelessness throughout the entire nation. Every community does it the last 10 days of January, and it really gives you a snapshot of who's experiencing homelessness and the most vulnerable. January is the coldest historically across the nation, so you're really comparing apples to apples when you look Alaska to Florida, and what does homelessness look like and what are the impacts. It's an amazing resource because what it does is allows hundreds of volunteers, we have almost 300 volunteers this year alone, go out into the community and they bring resources. We get people to Project Homeless Connect and other Get Counted locations. We have blankets and winter gloves and jackets and sleeping bags, and you find out people's stories.
Just like this.
Yeah, just like that. We find out why people are homeless. We find out what caused their homelessness. What are the solutions for that they see as the exit to homelessness for them. And then we look at those trends and build programs based on the data provided.
You know, so for our people watching at home or in their office, so when we wonder, what does the city do to help understand the number of people out there who are living like this? It's the Point in Time Count. So, Michelle, why is the next Project Homeless Count event on January 30th? It's not just a random day you mentioned.
Right, right. We want to, it coincides with Point in Time, so we want to work with the county to be able to count better our unhoused folks. We're offering this resource fair so the folks that will come here will have a chance to be counted, because it's hard sometimes to find out where people are being housed or unhoused, where their temporary homes are. So if we get them to an area that they can get services, they also have the chance of being counted in that.
Right. So it's been 29 years. Some people would say, wow, 29 years and you're still doing that. Is it effective? So why does Pierce County invest in this, Valerie? Is it just a number, or do you really keep track of year after year after year?
We keep track of year after year after year. You see a trend of increase in family homelessness or a decrease in veteran homelessness. That information gets reported to HUD and to the state, so it impacts our funding. But we also really support projects such as Project Homeless Connect because it brings a more humane response. We aren't just counting people.
Right.
We're finding out their stories. We're finding out their solutions. We're finding out ways that we as a government have impacted people who are experiencing homelessness, because those are our neighbors. They're from Pierce County.
Right. Does it work or does it not work?
Exactly.
Did you use this service or did you not?
Correct.
So when we think about services for Project Homeless Connect, give us an array here, Michelle, of what they will receive, because it's very impressive.
It is. For this event, we have the dental clinic coming that will have dentists on board to provide free dental services. We also have the DSHS mobile unit, and they are coming so you can sign up or recertify for your TANF or SNAP benefits. Those will be outside mobile units. And then inside, we have another 40 vendors that have essential services right there. We also have a giveaway area. We have medical, we'll be doing vaccinations and testing. We'll also have our coordinated entry case managers there. We have 5 that'll be screening to get folks hopefully into a house situation for there. Just lots of really good vendors that are coming and that have the heart to help our folks. And I do want to give a shout out to Pierce County for they are a supporter and have been for many, many years for Project Homeless Connect. And we are so grateful for this partnership. I think together we're able to get better numbers, just to help each other and help our unhoused community members.
Absolutely. And for those vendors that are there that perhaps sometimes feel like they can't break that barrier to know if their work is effective, this is a lovely way to be involved over 29 years or over 5 years to be able to understand how important are human services. Michelle, there is a phrase called Coldest Night of the Year Fundraising Walk West of Denver. What is that?
This is a new program that Associated Ministries has now, so we are the first nonprofit agency west of Denver to have this. It's going to be on February 22nd, and we're going to be over at Wright Park. It's a walk. It's only a 1-hour walk. We're inviting folks to create a team, fundraise, and part of it is we're trying to raise awareness that not everybody gets to go home on a cold night.
Oh, is that true?
And if it's cold or wet, this walk is still going to happen regardless. We are the ones fortunate enough to be able to go home and change our clothes. Other folks are not. So we're raising awareness for this. It's really exciting. We have teams signed up. We have room for a lot more teams. So we're looking forward to a wonderful event.
I love that. This last 2 minutes here, I'm going to ask both of you this question. What do you need from our community, Valerie?
We are currently still taking donations, so winter gear is very, very needed right now. We're in inclement weather for numerous days in a row. So it's really hard to get warmed up. Even though we're hitting close to 40 during the day, it's still getting down in the 20s at night, and your bones are cold.
Yeah.
And there isn't a lot of places to go. And Department of Emergency Management opened a lot of warming centers, but that can be really hard for folks to get to. So we are still accepting sleeping bags, hand warmers, jackets, gloves, hats, any of the warming supplies. Anything not used in the point-in-time count, we give out to outreach teams and emergency shelters, so they all get utilized in the community in January. We are still looking for some volunteers. The last training is tonight at 5:30, but if there's a big flux, I will host another training before next Thursday, guarantee it. And then just really some understanding. We need folks to provide support and understanding and data. So right now we're really looking at, if you go to the Counting Us app, there's called a known location survey. So if you're seeing people experiencing homelessness, anyone in the community can go peg that location, and we know to go there on the night of the count. So we're looking for more locations to update our data and make sure that we're getting those resources out to the hardest to serve.
So the website we've been showing below your beautiful face, it's called the Known Location Survey.
It's the point-in-time count
Point-in-time
website,
count,
yep.
okay.
But on that, there's different options. So they can register for classes, they can give us known locations where we should be going, and then we'll have we have all of our years of data for point-in-time count on that same website.
Beautiful. What do you need from our community?
Also, if you could visit our Amazon website, Project Homeless Connect has its own wish list.
Perfect.
Yes, we are offering seasonal gear like hand warmers. We've got hats and gloves and tarps. A tarp is so important to a person that's homeless.
Yes.
So we've been pretty strategic on what's on our list. So we're asking, please, if you can, support us that way, to visit the list, and it'll ship right to us, and we'll have it by next Thursday and be able to share with our unhoused community members that show up. And all this is for free, and we also have a free lunch for them as well.
There's not a word in this English language, maybe it's Ubuntu, that when we come together and do this for each other, but you two and the teams that you represent, we cannot say thank you enough. So from my heart to yours, thank you for all that you do. And stay warm out there.
Yep. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. We have much more to come on Cityline. When we come back, we will talk to the Home in Tacoma project to find out how the implementation is going. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.